And I'd like to welcome everyone to the Adelaide Microsoft IT Pro Community Meetup for August. Not met us before. I'm Andrew Young, modern work security specialist at Infomotion, Microsoft MVP. I'm joined here with Shahan Pereira.
Hi everyone, I'm Shahan. I'm a consultant with Arinco, working in the modern work and security space. I'm also Microsoft MVP, specialized under identity and access management and Intune. So that's my X handle, and my blog emsroute.com, which I usually write everything about security, Microsoft security, and my LinkedIn as well. Welcome.
Thanks again to our sponsors, Microsoft, for providing the venue, Systematec for being around, and Shahan and myself providing you refreshments out there in the foyer. We'll start with the what's new, what's coming. So in the AI workforce space, everybody's favorite, AI. So there's new large language models. We've now got Opus 5 and Fable 5 from the Anthropic side of things, appearing in Copilot Chat and Cowork. And since Cowork went live on the 1st of July, it's got yet another UI UX refresh. You can see on the right there, there's slightly tighter wording, but we're now referring to it as different tasks. So previously, if you look in OneDrive under the Cowork folder, it was sessions based. So now it's all task based. So if you're looking for your stuff from previous sessions, they've all been moved around. So also, if you're handling plugins, so you have different connectors to things like Dynamics and so on, it's under a new plugins heading underneath the plus symbol. And you've got a new skills creation interface as well. So you can now just drop your markdown.md files straight into Cowork to start building your skills out. The other big piece of news is in the new Copilot Studio experience, there is now the GitHub Copilot harness. So this was previously in preview as just part of the new experience, and now they've actually given it a name. And effectively, you've got access to the GitHub Copilot SDK to start automating complex business processes. You can see there, when you're using the regular harness versus the GitHub Copilot harness, you've got some better outcomes, I guess, in terms of the automation and the skills. There's a new meetings recap app in Teams. So again, they had a different app for Meet or Meets. I think like Meet, and then they got rid of that. That was a good one because it had all your upcoming meetings and all your recaps in one spot. This is just purely recaps, but you also have access to the audio recap library as well. And something for the Copilot in SharePoint space, you can now generate interactive HTML reports using content in SharePoint. So I'll play a brief video for you. So selecting a spreadsheet here, we can ask Copilot to, hey, create me a cool report. And it does. So it pumps in its HTML with all the CSS. Is completely interactive, so everything changes per your filters and drop downs. Don't even need to use Power BI now. Yeah. So yeah, really cool. I think that's available now in your tenant if you've got Copilot enabled in SharePoint. And you can now attribute assistants. So in your organization charts, in your contact cards, you can specify who your assistant is. So if someone's trying to book meeting times with you, they can see that information. Or they can ask Copilot here to help you with organizing meetings with certain people through their assistants. Security space.
I'll lead this one.
All right. So we have the news about MDash. That's Microsoft Security's multi-model agentic scanning harness that helps them find and help remediate any vulnerabilities within complex code. So that's coordinating all the specialized agents, and then they're selecting different models depending on the task. So they're balancing out the accuracy, speed, and the cost. So Microsoft's Microsoft AI Cyber Model 1 Flash is their new, their first purpose-built cybersecurity model. So the Flash bit indicates the focus on it being fast, cost-efficient, and in all the vulnerability analysis within the MDash harness. And a couple of months ago, everybody was raving about Mythos 5 being extremely good. GPT models started catching up, and now we've got this one which actually works with GPT as well. So it's the combined models there to give you that outcome.
And it's pretty much now Microsoft Defender for Office 365, the plan one. So that's now included in the 365 M365 E3 and Office 365 E3 subscriptions. So what you basically get is the safe attachment, safe links, advanced anti-phishing, as well as the expanded visibility and reporting. So the stuff that the other packages or the subscription had already, now they are just coming into this new this lower level sort of subscriptions, which is good.
I find it wild that it was like that for so long, because if you had business premium, which is meant to be a smaller SKU,
Yeah,
it had more in it versus an E3. So
Yeah.
now we're finally seeing some parity, and with the other triple down features from Intune at the start of last month, we're now seeing there's more value in the E3 SKUs.
Yeah.
More AI security here.
yeah, the domain exclusion for web grounding. So this is where you can now, as admins, exclude the domains that you don't want users to see when Copilot or M365 Copilot giving the answers. So it just excludes those domains when the grounding happens. So that's something that you can set up as administrators or configure when you do the restrictions. The DLP, when you have the DLP, your labeling set up properly via Purview, now you can use them not to process the emails when Copilot referencing stuff or providing answers when you ask something from Copilot.
I think the main reasoning for that one is people were circumventing security by injecting prompts in emails that come from external sources. So somehow they were able to give instructions to do bad things through emails. That's why this is now important to have on. In segue, Agent 365 dashboard has rolled out over July. So all the additional telemetry around adoption, impact, and cost analysis in there as well. So you're not just governing and securing agents, you've actually got the extra insights to see what's going on in the tenant as well, with all the different agent types. The latest in the Intune myth busting, this one was around do all devices need to be registered? What part work? And I think there's a bug for that. There is this.
Yeah, the version 2, you don't have to register actually if you have the ID, the device ID. I can't remember the ID.
Well, that was version 1. If you had the hardware ID.
Oh, no, that's the hardware ID,
Yeah,
but
version
this is
2 is you
pretty
don't
much a
need
serial
that.
number.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you don't need to go through the whole partial thing to grab the hardware ID. So as long as you know the serial number, you can just make it as in the Intune realm. So Intune will know when it's going through the autopilot process.
Any opinion on which is better, or is it same?
No, I think the version 2 is much more convenient and reliable. Yeah. And they have
Feature parity is now there.
not yet. I think the version 1 would still have most of the options. I think they're just slowly bringing the options into version 2.
Yeah, this next one's yours.
Yeah, so I think I mentioned this last time as well. The passkey is coming in. It's already there, but it's pretty much rolling out passkeys as the default authentication method. So what's going out is the SMS. So starting September 1, the tenants they will roll out the passkey authentication for the users. That there are a couple of timelines and numbers as well, like the February 1st and what happens after February 1st. So basically, the SMS method pretty much because it's vulnerable and prone for hacking and stuff like that. So they are not of SMS. Users can still use SMS if they are going with a paid option. So the paid option is coming soon as well via the security store in Microsoft Entra. So here, what they say is you can start rolling out. So start the user awareness. Plan for the control rollout and pilot your champions as well, so they know what's happening If not, starting September 1st, Microsoft will change the configuration around, and then they will start nudging the users register for MFA, or passkey as the authentication method. So, and also there's something to look out for as well called the system preferred MFA. If it is Microsoft managed, you can select it, enable, disable, or Microsoft managed. If it is Microsoft managed, as soon as the user registered for passkey, from the next point onwards, they will start prompting for the passkey. But you can still go and look out for the previous methods. But the default method would be the most secure method, which is the passkey at that point onwards.
A lot of work ahead.
Yeah.
Timelines, end of life, and so on. So the Sentinel experience, that's moving to Defender XDR portal. They did extend that to the end of March next year. So if you haven't done that or looked into it yet, all of your Sentinel workspaces will be appearing in the XDR portal. Exchange 2016 and 2019 extended security updates. They will end in October. That's the they call it period 2, and it is actually ending this time. There will be no further security updates, so they expect you to move it to the next Exchange Next or version Next, wherever it is, or Exchange Online.
Yeah,
so, and also last month we had the end of support altogether for those versions of SharePoint, Project, Infopark, and so on. Security training, these are still relevant, still available, free, curated paths with self-assessment or assessments. The news for this month is that there isn't any news, and HiCare is no longer in the XDR space, so there has not been a monthly news update. So condolences to the security community. Everyone is safe. In terms of skilling, there are more and more certs and exams coming out. But currently, there is a Defender challenge for this month. So if you complete the Microsoft Learn Challenge and submit your results, I guess, with the completion status, you get a chance to get a 50% off voucher for the SC200 and SC500. SC500 has just come out of the beta, and that is a replacement for the AZ500. So we've already we've hit the timeline now, so all of these exams are now out, mostly available. It's probably just a couple that's still in beta, and they keep ripping out and adding new ones. I should probably have removed some of these images. All right, so this one here, so a lot of them are now available as of July, and there's probably a couple coming still. The main one would be Skills Navigator. So this one is coming out in beta. This is the multi-agent AI solutions expert. Requires the AI 103 as a prereq, and this is around multi-agent orchestration. So mostly Microsoft Foundry and so on. And the second exam in beta is the AI Services Admin. This will be the replacement for the M365 Admin Expert cert. It is just an associate level, but it is what it is. Those in the data and AI space, there's still time to get onto the 60 days of data and AI, which ends in a few days. You can still request the voucher. So if you want to do a fabric-related exam, you can get 100% off vouchers for that. Agent Academy, still going. They've actually added a new badge or course. It is around DocuSign, agreement orchestration. So that's your jam. You can do that one. But you've got the co-work stuff as well, and you've got the agent camp badges as well if you're interested in getting those ones. All right, student ambassadors. I don't know if there's any student in the room, so this is still a thing. They've refreshed their badging, refreshed their program. It's a very different approach now, but interested, hit us up to find out more. And if you want to get a student accelerator meetup happening in Adelaide, also let us know. We'll reach out and try and make something happen. Time here, we've got other Adelaide Microsoft related meetup groups. Posted on Meetup, the app. And just a heads up, we've got the Global Security Community's first bootcamp in Adelaide coming up this month on the 22nd. So make sure you register. Come along. We've actually got some new stickers. I've got a few here. So if you register and show me your registration, I'll give you a sticker. But yeah, the agenda is live now. So you can see the lineup of who's coming along. We've got people traveling from interstate, even overseas, to present on the 22nd. It's a Saturday, so no excuses there for those that are saying it's having the time during the week. Yeah, hope to see you there. And in terms of other events, yeah, so the Perth team had their first official boot camp on the Saturday just passed. Sydney's got theirs on the 13th. We've got Adelaide Sec the day before ours, and then obviously the Ignite event in November, and then we've got developers and data conferences later in the year. Please, we need speakers. So reach out or fill out the form if you'd like to present or request any topics. We're open for anything, interpretive dance if you is clutching for straws here. And yeah, I guess that is it for this month's recap. We'll introduce you to this month's guest speaker. We've got Tony Babu coming along to show us, or do a bit of show and tell on his Helpdesk solution in the Power Platform. We're going to do some acrobatics here in getting the laptop switched over, so you stay tuned.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Tony. I'm an IT support engineer, and I'm currently working in BWS. First of all, I wanted to say thank you to Andrew and Shahan and Microsoft IT Pro community for giving me the opportunity for presenting my home lab here today. So just before I'm going to explain about what my ticketing system, I just wanted to give an idea about what is the actual problem that some of the smaller startups or smaller companies actually facing. So the first problem that a lot of companies, like a smaller companies, facing is the no prioritization of the tickets that is coming in the system, because there may be tickets coming up in row as soon as row by row, but there may be a security issue, and maybe a networking issue, or like a password reset issue. All of these tickets are sitting next to each other without no prioritization in that. And the other one is no SLA visibility. SLA means service level agreement. So that means like every time when we get a ticket, we need to give a specific time or like a compromising time for that ticket needs to be solved. So if no one is actually looking into that ticket, that means there is the breach for the deadline happens for that ticket. So that is no visibility for that SLA. And the other one is no audit trail. So that means the companies may have a ticketing system, but if they don't have a backup or like a storage side of the whole ticketing history, that means that's also a flaw for the system. So we need to know that what actually happened for that ticket, like the whole history of the ticket. And the other one is the reporting section. A lot of small startup may be missing the reporting section. They are still maybe reading a spreadsheet data or like an Excel data every Monday morning rather than seeing a live chart. So this is what I have solved in my ticketing system. So what I built is a fully automated ticketing system using the Microsoft Power Platforms. So I built it from the scratch using the Microsoft Power Platforms. I have used the Microsoft Power Apps as my front end and the Power Automate as my engine and the SharePoint as my database and Power BI as for the report showing as well. So my ticketing system have the SLA level monitoring. So every ticket that is coming in my system is fully monitored. The service level agreement is fully monitored till the end of the ticket. And it is showing the live dashboard of reports using the Power BI as well. And my ticket is also in my system. The priority and the team assignment is confirming based on 16+ condition rules as well. So just before I'm moving to my slides, I just give an architectural diagram, a brief overview of my ticketing system. So what I have used is Power Apps as the front end in the beginning. Then from there, it goes to the the Power Automate my engine, and from there, and the SharePoint will be saved everything as my database for the ticket storage, and the people will get the notification in email and the Teams alert, and also the Power BI reporting as well at the end. Yeah, so let's get started from the beginning. So the first one is ticket submission. So I've been using Power Apps in my front end. So the people can just usually just fill their details and whatever they wanted to fill there and just submit it. And the moment that they submit the ticket, the Power Automate engine will start and it will hand over everything automatically inside that Power Automate. And the result will be storing in the SharePoint side. And just wanted to let you guys know that in the Power Automate, I have like 4 different sections that I will explain in the coming slides, but it has like 4 condition blocks in my Power Automate. The first is the role-based upgrade condition block, and the second one is the priority downgrade condition blocks and a keyword detection block. And the third one is, and the last one is the smart routing to the right team based on the type of issue that they're raising. And then the ticket got stored in the SharePoint side, then the people will get the notification. And so just addition to the Power Automate schedule flow, I have also created a Power Automate, the Power Automate automated flow. I have also created a Power Automate schedule flow in my ticketing system. So that is the SLA breach monitoring. So every time when a ticket gets stored in the SharePoint, a schedule flow will run in that SharePoint in everyone in 1 hour, and it will check with the previous SLA. And this schedule flow will check that if the SLA got breached or not. And if it got breached, the SharePoint side, it will change the status of the ticket in the SharePoint automatically to breached. And if it's again no one is actually attended that ticket, it will go to escalated. That is a SLA breach monitor flow. And at the end, it's a Power BI dashboard as well. I'll go through each slide. So this is my Power Apps section. The front end that every user is using, it has the form there. It is basically looks like a Microsoft form. So people just need to fill their details, their name, email, role level, whatever the department they have, what's the issue type, and there is a description as well. So this is a basic front end, and they have plenty of different role level. So in the screen you can see I have chosen executive as that. So it has already have IT, infrastructure head, VIP, standard user, finance team. So there are plenty of other roles as well. Even in the department, they have plenty of departments and the issue types as well, different issues as well. I will show those ones in a live demo. I'll show the Power Apps. I have basically have 4 different screens. So this is the first screen of my Power Apps. And this is a second screen of my Power Apps, which is basically a self-help send or feature in my system. So this feature is only available for the standard users, and it is only for specific 3 type of issues for my standard users, because we can't give the executive or the VIP as a self-help send when they wanted to submit a ticket, because we need to give more priority for those people. So every time when a standard user raises a ticket like password reset, Wi-Fi not working, or a device issue, so only for these 3 tickets, just before they're going to submit it, it will automatically show up a pop-up in the side, for they can just use this method to solve their issue rather than submitting the ticket. So it will save time in both the user side and the desktop side as well, the desktop support side as well. So they can just close the ticket. They don't really want to submit the ticket, but if they can't solve the issue, they can still submit the ticket and it will raise in the SharePoint as a ticket as well. And this is a security suspicious login issue or feature. So every time in whatever the role the person is or whatever department they are working, so every time whenever someone selected suspicious login as their issue, that will at the same time it will show a screen pop-up showing that it's a security issue detected. They just need to submit the ticket as soon as possible and give a call to the IT team at the same time, because we need to give more priority for the security issues. This is a screen that the users can see all the tickets that they are raised, because we don't want this is just the tickets that the person, that single user raised tickets. So he can see all the tickets that he raised in that front end side. And I have also added a role-based access control in the feature in this system. So the role-based access control is basically the job title that we are given to the Microsoft 365 account. So it's basically a security side of the system, because we don't want a standard user to see the ticket raised by an executive or a VIP. Only the one with the RBAC title, only the one with a IT infrastructure head or like a executive or a VIP. So only the people with those title have the access to see all the tickets in the system. So I have given like an IT infrastructure head as the RBAC title. So only in cases that if he is logging into this system using that job title account, he can see the history of all the list of all the ticket raised in the system. So that is basically my Power Up side. Now let's move to the SharePoint side. So this is the SharePoint side that I have built in my system. So this is basically the my storage of my ticketing system. So I have created a one side for the IT support request. So that is all the tickets that the user is submitting will save in this side. And it has the ticket ID, which is created at every time when a user submit the ticket. The ticket ID will create based on the expressions. And I have the full name, the name, email, department, role level, and the issue type, priority, description, ticket status, and submitted time, device type, assigned team, SLA deadline, and if it needs an escalation or not, and notes. So in this one, when the moment the user submit the ticket, all of these details get automatically filled in the beginning. And then the Power Automate engine will start, and based on the conditions that I have set in the Power Automate, the priority got changed, because in my ticketing system, the priority is decided by the system. Even though the user is selecting the priority in the user side, in the forms, but the system will correct the priority, make sure that the user is selected the correct priority or not. So the system will check, the Power Automate will check the priority, and it will change the priority base in this screen again after like 1 to 2 seconds after that. After the run completed in the Power Automate, it will change the priority here. And I will show that once as a live demo in the coming screen. It will change the priority, and it will change the ticket status as well. So the moment a new ticket comes up in the screen, it will come as new. And the moment the people work in that, then we need to change manually into progress. But if no one is actually touching that, it will go to the breach, because it is go to the breach because the schedule flow will go through every 1 hour. So if it's no one actually touched in that ticket for the 1 hour, that ticket will go marked as breach based on the SLA deadline. Then it got escalated. So everything is actually automatically changes in the SharePoint. Yep. Then it shows the assigned team and the notes. The same like these are the SharePoint, and I also have an audit log side for my SharePoint, because a lot of companies actually missing the audit log section. So we need to have a full history of our tickets that come in the system. We need to know that who is the one who actioned in that, what is the action time, what was the old status of the ticket, and what is the new status. So it's basically a whole life history of all the tickets that we received in the system. So now let's move to the main engine, the Power Automate engine. So this is basically my Power Automate engine. So I said that I have like 4 different blocks in my ticketing system in my Power Automate. So this is the first block. So there are like 6 conditions in my first block of my Power Automate. So the moment a user submit the ticket, the trigger got started, then the flow started, and the first 6 block, this is a priority upgrade block. So basically in my ticketing system, what I am trying to achieve is, so the user can submit the ticket based on, they can fill the details, they can select their role, they can select the issue type, and they can select their own priority, what they wanted to set, and they can put the description as well. So But in my system, the system automatically checks that the issue type, the role level, and the description. So based on these are the three key factors my system checks: the issue type, role level, and the description. So based on these three factors, is the priority is actually we are taking the priority. The system is actually taking the final priority. So from there, the system will assign the tickets to the right team. So the priority upgrade block is basically for upgrading the priority from low, medium, high to critical. So that is a priority upgrade block. So every time when an IT infrastructure head or an executive or a VIP, so any of these people with these roles, anytime if they submit a ticket, any type of tickets, if they're submitting like a suspicious issue or like even a small password reset issue or whatever the issue that they're raising. So regardless of the type of issue, we need to give more priority to their roles. So every time then when these people with these roles submit the ticket, the priority will automatically changes from low, medium, high to critical. So even though they're selected as low, the system automatically corrected it to critical. That is the priority upgrade block. So the VIP, IT head, and the executive will get the critical priority, and the finance will only get the high priority. Finance, I haven't set it to critical every time, but it's based on the conditions, it will change to critical in the next block. So this is the first priority upgrade block. This is the priority downgrade and the keyword detection block. So the first three conditions are for the priority downgrade block, and the last two are the keyword detection block. So the first three is the priority downgrade is basically downgrading the priority that is coming up from the user side, because we don't want a standard users password reset issue has to be go to the critical or a high priority. We need to give a medium or low priority for their password reset or like a Wi-Fi issue or like another device type of issue for a standard user. Because sometimes the standard user can just put a password reset as a critical or high priority, so they can get ahead of the queue and solve their issue as soon as possible. But the system will automatically detect it based on the conditions that I have given, and it will mark it down. It will put the priority down back to low and medium based on the conditions. And the last two are for the keyword detection block, which is basically the two conditions that I have given in that. The first condition block is for changing the priority to critical based on the description keywords. And the second block is for changing the priority to high based on the keyword detection, keyword in the descriptions. So the first block have like keywords like if the ticket contains like in the description of the ticket contains like a keywords like virus, hacked, or like a suspicious login, or the description contains words like that, then the system will automatically notice that, and then it will change the priority to critical, whatever the role it is or whatever the type of issue that it is. If it contains that words, it will change the priority to critical. The same like that. The second block is that basically changing the priority to high rather than critical. It will change priority to high. So it's basically so if it contains the keywords like not working, servers down, or like 10 people got affected, or like 100 people got affected. So if the description contains these type of keywords, the system will find that, and it will change the priority to high in there. So from there, my priority will be fixing as the system will fix as what's the actual priority of that ticket, and then it will assign to the different teams based on the type of issue. So the networking issues will go to the networking team, and the security issues will go to the security team, and all the other type of normal password reset or like a device issues go to the service desk team. This is the last block of my system, which is basically giving the emails for the users after they submitted the ticket. And the big block is for the same like the way that the standard users getting a self-help send pop-up in the front app side. They will also get an email of a more description in the email set as well. Because in the self-help send side, in the Power Apps, is basically just a four steps that they can use to solve their issue. But even just after they submit the ticket of that issues, they will get a bigger explanation of how they can fix their issue in the email. So that is only for the standard users. So this is my Power Automate engine. So this is actually the working engine. So this is the SLA monitoring, breach, and escalation. So the other one is actually a automated flow. So this one is a scheduled flow that I created in the Power Automate. So this is also connected with the SharePoint. So this flow is actually runs in every 1 hour. So this actually runs on every 1 hour inside the SharePoint, and it matches with the SLA deadline in the SharePoint. And in any cases that the SLA got broken in the SharePoint side, the first block is for reaching the SLA. So if the ticket is no one is actually attended the ticket, even after the SLA timeline is finished, then the ticket will mark as breached automatically in the SharePoint. So we don't need to touch anything in the SharePoint. So the site will automatically, the SharePoint, the status of the ticket will automatically change to breached in the SharePoint site. And just after 1 hour, it again runs inside the SharePoint. And at the same time, they will also get a Teams alert saying that the ticket is got breached. Then they will give more priority for that, and they will needs to sort their ticket as soon as possible. And even though they haven't finished the ticket, even though they haven't not touched that ticket, the system will again, the schedule flow will again run in that system again after 1 hour. Then the second block is showing that then from the ticket status, then change from breached to escalated, and they will also get another Teams alert as well, which is more important as well. So that is the SLA monitoring, breach, and escalation. So this is an example of how a normal standard user will get an email in the ticketing system just after they submit the ticket. They can get an email like ticket ID, issue type, what is their priority, what is the status, and one team that the ticket is assigned. With the same like they will also get an Teams message as well, like in the same way. And this is the password reset self-help send message. As I said before, the front end have like a 4 small step to follow, but in the email we can give like a more like a explained steps, so they can, if they can solve it by themselves even after they submit the ticket, it would be easy to save the time of the both people. So this is the SLA breach alert and the escalation alert that the support team get in their Teams application. So every time when a Teams SLA got breached, they'll get an SLA breach alert, and if they don't do that, even if they don't touch in that, after 1 more hour, they will get a escalation alert as well. So this is a weekly ticket summary that a management can get in every Monday morning. So it's a once in a week, so they can come in the system, take the system, and they can just see like they can just read the how much tickets that they got in a week, or how much ticket, what's the ticket status at the moment, how much ticket that every team got in a week. Now let's move to the most beautiful part, a lot of management people really loved. So this is actually I have created 5 different Power BI dashboards for my ticketing system. So this is the executive summary of my ticketing system. So I have created 7 KPI cards in this one. So every morning, so rather than the management reads the data from an Excel sheet or a spreadsheet, so the management can easily view everything that is happened in the system from a live chatbot. So it's a live dashboard, so the data will automatically refresh every time when a new ticket comes into the SharePoint. We don't need to manually do anything. We just need to refresh it. It will automatically update everything. So I have created 7 KPI cards in the top, which is the number of tickets that they're coming in the system, how much ticket is the new one, how many tickets that we have in progress, how many tickets got breached, and how many tickets got escalated, and how many tickets we resolved, and how much tickets that we sent the self-help set. And in the left side, we also have I have also implemented the filtration as well. So the management can easily filter through the dates and choose what priority they wanted, what type of ticket they wanted to see. So they can literally filter in these ones, and they can see the result they only wanted to see rather than seeing the whole data. So I have also created the other data relation I have used is the ticket analysis. So the same like the same like the executive summary. So they can also see what's the issue type that we got more in the in the system, what type of priorities that we have in the system, what type of issues that we have, and also how much ticket that every team got assigned. So SLA and escalation report, I have also created one for that. So every company needs to really follow these, needs to adhere with the service level agreement and their escalation report, because this is the agreement that the company is putting for the their partnering people, because they need to always need to keep the they need to keep their SLA agreement to a certain extent to keep their reputation. So if they got 3 breach tickets, and from in their whole total number of tickets, they got 3 breach tickets, and they got 68 tickets got escalated, because like every 1 hour that this system automatically runs. So 3 of the tickets got breached, and I got resolved that once, but the other 68 tickets got even after the breach, no one actually looked into that. Then it got escalated after that. So that's the number of breach tickets and the number of escalated tickets. And it just shows that what type of team is actually escalated that, what type of team is mostly breached that. So it shows a percentage formula. So the management can actually filter through the dates as well and to see how the report's working. And the management can also do the performance of the teams as well. If they want to do like a performance review in every month or something, which team is actually performed well in the ticketing system, they can filter through the dates, see how many tickets that they got, how many tickets that is still actually open in the system. So they can see the security team have more tickets that is still open, and the service desk still have some of the tickets open. And the networking team is the team with less tickets open. And at the end, I have created a ticket timeline line chart that we can see that how many tickets that we get in one day. So they can just put the mouse in the line so they can see that how many tickets that they get in one in a day. And at the end, I wanted to show you that what are the challenges and the solutions that I have faced, what are the challenges that I have faced in the system, and what are the solutions that I have built. So the first main challenge that I have faced in the system was basically with the keyword detection block, because as I mentioned that I have 2 different keyword detection blocks. The first one is for changing the priority to critical, and the second one is for changing the priority to high. But what was the problem that my system was facing in the beginning was every time when the system runs a ticket, and the system, if in case an IT infrastructure, IT heads or an executive ticket coming as critical, and just because of in the second keyword detection block, it is for changing the priority to high. So just because of that IT heads ticket have a description keyword related to that high priority, then it will match with that block, and it will change the priority from critical to the high just because it has the keywords in that. So that was the first initial issue that I have faced. So every time an executive would raise a ticket and it will coming as critical, then it will goes back to high just because of the keyword presenting in that. Then I changed that by changing the expression and make sure that the priority don't get changed to high if it's already coming as critical. So I basically changed the expression in that. Then the second was a same conflict that I have faced in the SharePoint side, because every time when we create a new ticket, we create a new submitted ticket, the SharePoint ticket ID is actually created using the expression that same like the Excel works. So that it creates a ticket ID automatically. The same time it creates a ticket ID, it will automatically saves the information to the SharePoint as well. But that when I was doing that, it was actually both happening at the same time. But the ticket ID needs to be created for like it needs some time to create the ticket ID. Then only we can save the information to that. Then I created a delay between those at like a 10 seconds of delay between those two. So the ticket ID can be created, and after 10 seconds, the information will be saved to the SharePoint. And the third and the most challenging the most hard challenge that I faced in the system is in the Power BI section. So I was creating the first executive dashboard. When I was creating the 7 KPI cards, like the whole history of the tickets. So I have used the visual level filters for creating the KPI cards. So I was just dragging and dropping the whatever ID that I wanted, like a total tickets to that, or like open tickets to that. So I can just, I was using like a visual level filters in the beginning. But if it was working like well in the first block that I was doing, then I noticed that every time when I add new tickets or like more and more data coming on, it was actually the KPI cards and the donut chart was not really updating for some reason. Then I understand that I need to change that. Then I created new calculate measures using the DAX, and I have used the DAX measures to solve that issue. Then after that, every time when a new ticket got updated in the SharePoint, it will automatically update in the Power BI side as well. And what is not built in the system is basically when we work on a ticket, we need to manually change the status to progress. And every time when we close the ticket, we need to manually close. If we just after we work the ticket, if we want to close the ticket, we need to manually close it. I need to manually send an email as well. So that I haven't added. And the same like the managers ticket only comes to medium, because same like the role levels, there is managers as well. Same like the IT head, executive, and standard users. There is also a role level called manager. But in the system, the managers haven't given a lot of priority for that. So there is only 1 or 2 conditions for the managers that can only jump from low to medium. So I wanted to give more priority for them in the coming stages. So what is the business value of my home log? So basically, you can just faster the ticket resource. So you can handle more tickets automatically, and you can save the time. You don't need to manually do a lot of effort in that. You will get a complete audit trail. So rather than just storing in an Excel, you will get the whole history of the ticket, all the tickets that is coming in the system. You will get improved reporting efficiency because the management can see the Power BI dashboards in every Monday, every whatever time they wanted. So they can just filter through the, they can filter and they can see what result they wanted to see. And it is also scalable. If it's like a 50 or like a 500 or 1,000 tickets, they can scalable in the SharePoint side. If it's a small company based on how they wanted to scale it in the future. And what is the future roadmap of my ticketing system? So how plans to, so what is the future roadmap? I have 2 ideas in my mind. One is self-service knowledge base, and the other one is predictive risk detection. Because at the moment in my ticketing system, the power ups in the front end of the power up side, I show you that the self-help send option in the self-help send feature. So our plans to change that, because that self-help send is just basically a small explanation of 4 to 5 steps. So I have plans to change that self-help send to like a knowledge-based article. So the user can actually get into that knowledge-based article and go through all of the tickets that that's all of the same kind of ticket that how the people resolved it, like a whole different types of issue that the people resolved, and they can solve it as based on that using that knowledge base. And the second future roadmap that I have in my mind is the predictive risk detection. So I know that the keyword-based description, keyword-based priority change in my ticketing system, as I said before, like I have, as I said before, like 2 different blocks. So I know that the people can actually trick the system at the moment by adding just some keywords put in the description, so they can still jump into the queue. But I have plans to change that in the coming future. So change that to like a model-based prediction method, or like a sentiment analysis based on the description, based on the previous ticket that they raised. So the system will actually read the sentiment analysis, use the sentiment analysis to read the description that they've written in the tickets, and based on that, the priority will change. So that is the future roadmap that I have in my mind. And I'll just quickly show like a live demo. So this is the front power up side of my ticketing system. So I've just, so if I'm putting a standard user in that, whatever the department, so issue type, if I'm taking a password reset, same like I show that, you can see the password reset to follow that. So you can resolve the issue. So so it is for the password reset, and it is also for the Wi-Fi issue, and not the device issue. Yeah. So all of these are 3 issues that the standard user will get the self-collection pop-up, and if they see like put a suspicious issue login, they will get this screen. They will get this pop-up in there. And I have added the role-based access control because I changed the title in the morning. So now we can see all the system, all the tickets that is raised in the system because I logged in with that using that account. So that is basically the ticket. So I can, and I will show you the. So this is my Power Automate engine. So this is the first block that I show, the priority upgrade block, and this is the priority downgrade block and the keyword detection block. So these are the keywords that I have added. So you can see that. So virus, hacked, breach, ransomware, and the other one is basically. So these are the other descriptions: urgent, emergency, not working, down, cannot access. Of any of these kinds of keywords present, the priority will change to high. And this is the team assignment block, and this is the email messages as well. That's the SharePoint, and this is the schedule flow as well. This is the schedule flow. So this is the block for the ticket code, the breach ticket block, and this is the escalation block as well. Show you the SharePoint side. So this is my SharePoint side. So this is the history. This is all the tickets that I have raised in my system. And this is the IT support audit log. So this shows the whole history. That's for the tickets. Sorry, guys.
Sure.
So that's the audit log. History of. I have deleted some of the tickets because in the IT support request you can see from 38. So I deleted some. Show the whole history. Show you a couple of examples with that. So I have I'm submitting as standard users. Standard users password reset a suspicious issue login, because usually it has to be, most of the standard users issue has to be go to the low priority, but just because it's showing us taking a suspicious login issue. So even though the user selected as low priority, it will automatically change to critical because of it's a suspicious login. And try another one as well. Then putting a standard users password reset, it is usually has to be go to a low priority. So the standard user also put low. But I'm adding a keyword called virus in that. In this one, and I can show you an example of data as well. I'm choosing a executive here, choosing the department IT, issue type like a normal network issue, like a VPN issue. And the executive is actually choosing as a low in the form, then it will automatically change to critical. Laptop. Yep. So I can show you an example of the standard uses downgrade policy as well. So a standard user choosing a device issue, printer issue as critical priority. So he just wanted trying to jump into the queue of that. It will put him back to low or medium priority. Yes, I think I have almost checked. I have also rules called for the finance team as well. Let's wait for 2-3 seconds.
Something went wrong. Please try again.
Yep. So let's start. Yep. So you can see that I have started from here, the 160. So that's my ticket ID, name, standard. The role is standard user. He's have selected the password reset. Password reset. So usually the password reset has to be go to a low priority for a standard user, but in this one, it goes to a critical priority just because it has the keyword like virus. So it is just because of that virus keyword affected, virus keyword is presented, and the priority is moved to critical rather than going to the low priority. And it will go to the security team. So the shows the submitted time. Go to the security team, shows the SLA deadline, and if it needs an escalation, it will show a tick mark in that and a note with that. The second is a standard user suspicious login. because we have selected the suspicious login as low priority while submit the ticket, but it automatically changed to critical here based on it's because of the role issue type is suspicious login. And the ticket comes as new and submit a time, everything else is saying, go to the security team. And because of the suspicious login, it will show an escalation required. And the third one is a standard uses password reset. Password reset's critical because it contains, it's because it contains the keyword virus again. So it moves to the security team and an executive's VPN issue. Usually a VPN issue don't usually have a critical priority change, but it's just because it's an executive, because we have selected low priority while we're filling this form, but it automatically changed to critical because the role is executive. Then go to this, and we need to give an escalation for that because we need to give more priority. And a standard user's printer issue, we have selected low priority, but it will change to high priority just because it contains the keyword of not working, because it contains the keyword of not working as well. So this is basically how different types of conditions. So it takes a lot of time if you have using a lot of conditions. So as the finance team is also automatically changed to high priority as well, even though they're choosing different type of issues. So basically that's all. Thank you so much for my time, for all of you guys' time. That's my LinkedIn QR code and my GitHub QR code, so you can just scan that. If you have any more doubts, ask me. Feel free to ask me. Thank you so much.
That solution's up on GitHub. So if anyone wants to download and have a look. So that's not in production. That was just you.
No, I just have
playing around. And
my own Microsoft.com.
So this is part of your own kind of self-learning.
Self-learning.
Practice.
I just
tools.
Wanted to learn how the things works in the background.
Any questions? There's a lot of questions. I don't know if I need to ask. So also keeping in mind that you are still learning. So there's a lot of you haven't seen yet. So there's efficiencies and other features you might not know about yet. So in time, with the right experience, you'll see, because this might be your first iteration, and you just improve it each time you rebuild it, and you find new ways to make it.
That is what I was trying to solve in that, change that keyword-based description to change something to an else, because the users can actually use that as a method to get ahead of the line, because if they can just write some kind in the keywords so they can get ahead of the line. So
Find that you can do a lot of that validation in the paragraph itself. So before it gets to the flow, you can say because you can tell it based on the user account that's signed in, it can automatically look up their role and all that and detect it for you. So if they've come up as a certain role, you can automatically set the form to say, as an executive, it's always going to be high priority, so they can't change it. So and then in your flow, that's a lot of conditions that are nested.
There were like 9 conditions.
Have you seen the switch control? I think that might solve your problems a little bit there.
It happens like I was doing the Power Automate section. It will only allow you 9 conditions inside one condition.
You found a limit.
I found that because I was put like 17 conditions. I put everything. I have done everything, and I was going to save that. It gives a notification on top of that. You can only add 9 conditions on top. I was like, oh my god, spend like 10 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours writing all the conditions, and now it's give the notification. So then I changed that everything from nested conditions to the other way.
Save frequently. So find out. I guess, have you had any considerations on, I guess, with the AI front? So instead of that message that comes up, maybe having something that pulls from a knowledge base automatically.
That is what I was planning to do in the front side. So rather than giving into the pop-up of like a self-help sense, so the users can actually go into a real knowledge base and see a lot of how other people solve this issue, like a knowledge base, so they can see what are the steps that different types of people use, strategies that use that ideas and solve their issue rather than just following a four step. yeah, been planning to that in the next stages.
Friends, if you click the "This solved my issue" button, does it still log the ticket and close it automatically?
Which one is
Or
that?
So with those ones that had the pop up
Yeah,
on the right
yeah,
hand side,
yeah,
if they click "This solved my
yeah. It
issue,"
will automatically refresh and goes everything.
but does it still log it into your
Yeah,
system?
if they click solve my problem, that is not logged in.
Yeah.
If they click submit, so yeah, they will log. The moment they click the submit as well, they will also get like a bigger explanation of sending the email as well. Yeah.
And the audit log, that couldn't be tied to the ticket itself or the,
Yeah, it is connected. So every
is that a lookup column or is it a separate list?
it's a separate site. Yeah, it's a separate site and a
Is
separate.
it tied to the?
Yeah, it is tied.
ticket?
Yeah.
Okay. And what happens if you hit 200,000 tickets?
I think the SharePoint can have like something like a 5,000 or 10,000.
So
But you will get
list,
slow.
list views 5,000 before it starts to encounter performance issues. But I think overall, I think 200,000 is when the library itself or the list itself starts seeing some problems.
Yeah.
For a longer term
Yeah,
solution.
for a long term, I need to try something like a Dataverse or something, a bigger system. Yeah.
You might not, I might have heard that there's a Dynamics product called customer service. So it is effectively a ticketing system. So
Yes.
for those who might not be able to afford that product, maybe this is how you start out and then you start evolving into Dataverse.
Yes. Yeah, if I want to, if people are using this in an enterprise grade platform, they need something like a database or something because they can't. Because when more and more tickets comes on, the SharePoint will get a bit slower. But this one is purely based on the 365 standard subscription. I have never touched any of the premium connectors in that. It's just the standard Power Platforms on the SharePoint. So if you want to use the database,
It's premium. So yeah.
and the Dynamics 365 as well. But I built this just to understand how the things works.
So there's good what they call them like power apps in a day style workshops where they give you some here's some activities, just follow along, and it'll help you out with a lot of those pain points you've encountered. Yeah, that's pretty good. Cool.
Yeah.
Guess we'll wrap up. Thank you. Yeah. It's more applause. Yeah, well, I've put the slides back on, but thanks for coming along, tuning in for the August meetup. Obviously, we've got the boot camp in a couple of weeks, but we should have another session coming start of September. So get details out to you shortly. And yeah, this will be recorded with the notes, maybe some slides if you're comfortable. Otherwise, see you next time. It's the